Hello, and welcome to a tour of InTempo Core. My name is Glenda Santos, and I am part of the customer care team at InTempo. Before we get started, a little bit about who we are. InTempo's software solutions have powered rental businesses for 3 decades. Hundreds of customers across North America run on our software. InTempo Core is designed for rental businesses across all industries and was named as a finalist by the 2017 SaaS Awards in the category Best Software for Small Business. Core handles any mix of rentals, sales, and service transactions and can integrate with your existing accounting tools, including QuickBooks. With Core managing all aspects of your business, including writing quotes, reservations, contracts, and invoices, as well as tracking and maintaining your inventory, is easy. Let's take a look now. Here's an example of how to write up a rental contract for a charged customer renting out a piece of equipment for 3 days. First, I'm going to go into the customer screen, click on Select Customer, and type in the customer's name. The system will give you warning messages if they have overdue receivables on file. And if you wish, you can control this through the security module if you'd like to prevent certain users from writing up contracts for customers that have overdue receivables. Next, I'm going to go into the rental period and select my out and due dates. This piece of equipment is going out Friday, coming back Monday morning at 8 a.m. I'm going to exit out of the rental period and go into my inventory screen. And I'm going to type in the description of the item. In this example, my customer needs a 250 CFM air compressor, and I have 5 available. In order to select the individual serialized item, click on the plus sign and search for the one that's going out. In my example, my compressor is set up as a kit, so you can go through and select all of the components that the customer will take along with that piece of equipment. Once I am done selecting the inventory, I will exit out of that screen, and to the right you will start seeing the summary of charges. You can also add plenty of contract annotation, and if this were a delivery, you can also add a job site of where that piece of equipment needs to be delivered to. Otherwise, if you're done, the last step would be to save that transaction. If you have recommended items on file for that piece of equipment, you will get the recommended items screen. This will help boost up your sales. And the last thing is to put in your secret code and save that transaction. You can also print multiple copies. You can also email and fax. Now we're going to take a look at database maintenance. This is where you'll define elements such as rate structures, accounting relationships, and product classes. You can also set pricing for specific customers. Under database maintenance, definitions, rent calculation basic is where you define specific rate structures. Under definitions, account is where you would tie in your GL numbers if you wanted to tie that into QuickBooks or Peachtree. And as far as inventory, product classes, we define that under inventory essentials. After creating or selecting a line item, you'll be able to select whether it's a rental or resale item. You can also set specific pricing for specific customers. Inventory pricing options. Select the item, pricing for customer, do an alpha search, select the rate structure, and the desired rate for that particular customer. Now I'm going to take you through accounts receivables. This is where you'll record collection activity, view historical customer payment data, and much more. You can also choose to receive warnings when writing transactions if a customer's payment is delinquent or their balance is over the limit. Let's take a look. Select Customer. Click on Transactions. Put a check mark next to the invoice you discussed with the customer and click on the Promise button. Enter the amount they promised to pay and the date they said they would pay that invoice. You can select who you spoke to at the company, and you can also add notes. Click on File, Save and Exit. The system keeps track of promises, so if it sees that the invoice never got paid on that Friday, it will either email you or you can print out a report to show you all of the invoices that are still unpaid. To view historical data, click on Previous Applications, click on a particular transaction, and click on Show Details. This will show you the date and time, the operator who posted and applied that payment, the invoices involved, how much was applied, and how that payment was made, whether it was check, credit card, or cash. There are other tabs up at the top of Accounts Receivables. The Projected tab just simply shows you all of your current open contracts with that customer. The Payments tab will show you all of the posted payments, and you also have an analysis in a graph form. Unlike other rental software systems, Core allows you to administer and control security settings. You can easily set privilege according to an employee's role in your company. Now I'll show you how. Under Roles, Tree Builder, you'd set up all of your most common roles. Once these roles have been defined, you'd simply go back under Roles, Maintenance, highlight each individual role, and go through each of these individual tabs and just tell the system what that role can and cannot do. The next step would be to go to Operators, Personnel, click on the individual, click on Security Role, and assign that individual that particular role. And close the window. Core's reporting tools give you the insights you need to make smarter, data-driven decisions for your business. Core comes standard with many common management reports. Let's look at some examples. Under Transactions, Daily, you will find all of your daily reports lumped together. Let's take a look at a daily transaction journal. You can choose your level of detail on the far right, choose your date, and I'm just simply going to run this to the viewer. The daily transaction journal will show you all of the contracts that were written or modified in the system for that particular day, whether they were cash, charge, and if you had any activity in accounts receivable. You'll also see a tax summary and a credit card and check summary as well. Back to Transactions, you have all of your monthly reports lumped together, so you can get a contract history report, print out your statements of accounts, a tax detail report, and also your monthly transaction journal, which will show you the totals for the entire month. Status reports are pretty popular. You can get several reports out of the status reports. So if you wanted to see your reservations for this upcoming weekend, you can get a list of that. All of your active contracts, your pickups, anything that's been returned, and delinquent contracts. Under Accounting, you will find the AR aging reports. You will also find the Customer AR follow-up report that works with the Promises feature in Accounts Receivable. There's also a short cash report And under fixed asset of accounting, you will find reports like your depreciation report and retired and disposed. Under inventory general, you'll find reports like discounts or equipment at sites, equipment that's due for maintenance if you're using the work order feature. If you wanted to see a list of your kits, a list of your inventory, safety and warning messages, and also if you wanted to see a list of everything you have in the system as far as serialized equipment or even grouped. There are some rental reports that you can print out as well. If you wanted to see rental out on contract by customer, you can print out rates. Also a recap report. You have your return on investment and sub-rental reports as well. All of your resale reports are lumped together. So if you wanted to see a list of your purchasing, parts, inactive resale, depleted lots, you can get a list of those as well. Under subjects, you'll find several reports. So if you wanted to see a general list of your customers, print out mailing labels, and also a recap report. Thank you for watching this video tour. If you have any questions, email info@intemposoftware.com or call 1-800-950-2221.